Hey everyone, welcome back to Poplar Preparedness. This is another video from down south, down in Florida. I'm at my parents' house for Thanksgiving, so I shot a couple videos here while I was down here. But we're going to be jumping into what's going on with the U.S. Department of Labor. They've just put out a ruling saying that their 401k custodians can actually play politics with your money, even if it loses you money. We're going to be talking about the new rule change, how it may affect you, and it's a doozy, folks. It's just crazy. The world just going crazy. Just got to watch for yourself. All right, folks, this video is sponsored by Genesis Gold Group. They do help you move 401ks and IRAs over to gold, vaulted silver, vaulted platinum. If you don't want your IRA or your 401k meddled with by these custodians, you might want to talk to Jonathan over at Genesis Gold Group. You can find their information down in the description down below and talk to Jonathan. All right, so what is going on with this? The U.S. Department of Labor just made it legal for your woke company or your woke company's custodian of your 401k to start taking into account the ESG scores, or the ESG stands for environmental, societal, or social, and governance. And basically what it means is how woke is that company. The woker the company, the higher the ESG score is. And the idea is that they're going to start not just measuring your portfolios by how much they go up in value, but rather also how much good they do for the world, as measured by woke people. So if they put out less carbon, they're more carbon neutral. If they give money to the correct political parties, if they do all this kind of stuff like that, they get more ESG score and then goes up higher. So basically, your 401k at your company, so if you're working for this company, previously they had to put this money into a custodian that was supposed to be acting in your best interest. No longer. That company or that custodian can actually say that we want our employees to only be investing their 401ks in responsible companies. So it doesn't matter if they make any money or not, but they need to be building windmills, they need to be greening the planet, they need to be doing all sorts of stuff about promoting a certain perspective around the world, like WEF, the WEFers, right? WEF. And also just all these programs that are being pushed by the government that may be all of one, and all this crazy stuff. They want to use your money. They want to dip in and grab all of your money, and they want to force you to use this money to invest in all of their policies and everything like that, and all their radical agendas. They want to use your money for that. And before, they were not allowed to do that because these guys are actually supposed to be representing you. They're supposed to be providing value for you and making sure that you're not invested in too risky of assets. So, they need to limit risk, and they also need to provide shareholder value to you. Now they can throw out both of those things and say, well, we don't actually make them any money, and yes, it's in very risky investments, but it's for the societal good. We built a lot of windmills. We did a bunch of stuff that is considered good by certain people. And that will allow them to just go nuts with everything. So in short, your fiduciaries that are managing your accounts aren't legally obligated to represent you anymore. They can start all their woke agendas and using your money. And that's legal now. Before it was illegal. Under the previous president, Trump, he actually stood in the way and actually had his legal department at the Department of Labor actually say that it is illegal for them to take into consideration anything other than risk and return of investments. So how much money you're actually making and how much risk you are losing your money. Those are the only two things they're allowed to take into concern as to whether they're actually providing you value or not. Now they can take into account that, for social good, it doesn't matter if we lose money anymore. ESG funds also typically have fees of 40% higher than non-ESG funds. So even right there, we see them just skimming all this money off the top to just pay for all sorts of interesting programs that they have that they want to push on the rest of the world. And you are going to be funding it. Your retirement funds are going to be used as the piggy bank in order to fund all this. So they don't have enough Soros funds. They don't have enough funds from Gates and foundations and all that kind of stuff like that. They don't have enough money from there. They want to use all of your money in order to now accomplish their global objectives for control and dominance, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Even when this was announced, it was said that this policy change is going to improve public health, protect the environment, environmental justice, promote environmental justice, and creation of well-paying union jobs. So when you choose where to invest your money in your 401k, is that the top of your list of things you're trying to accomplish, that you want to promote public health? Or are you just trying to get a return so that you can actually retire? Are you trying to actually stay ahead of inflation, or are you trying to give other people well-paying jobs? Yeah, I mean, it's insanity. I mean, like, that is not why you invest, right? You do not invest just so you can, that's why you make political contributions. That's not why you invest your money in the stock market and 401ks, right? And so this is just legal theft. That's what it is. They are legally going to start plundering your 401k, your IRA. Your custodians of your retirement plans can go in and start doing this. If you have retirement managers or retirement planners, an investment advisor, and they're managing your funds, they can literally start making these choices, and they can start recommending things to you, not because they're going to make you money, not because they're safe investments, but because they think, and they don't even have to tell you that this is why they're recommending it. They're going to say, we recommend this. This is a well-performing class. And they may be in the back room saying, let's pick a bunch of ESG portfolios. They're going to give us high kickbacks, which is how it usually works. High kickbacks because they have high fees, and then pitch it as, we're going to build windmills and we're going to make you a ton of money doing it. That's why they keep saying all these windmills and all the solar panels and stuff like that are going to create all these high-paying union jobs, but it never materializes. This never seems to work out. All these high-wage union jobs, actually, every time they put in these farms and stuff like that, they perform more poorly than regular power plants, and then they actually employ less people. So they produce less power and they employ less people. And in the end, they create a lot more of a toxic mess. So if you want to go and scrap, 30 or 40 acres worth of solar panels, and you can figure out what you're going to do with those solar panels, they're toxic. You can't just throw them in a landfill. No, you can't. You can't take them apart. You can't. What are you going to do with them? You can't burn them. What do you do with thousands of acres of solar panels? What are you going to do with all these things? And yet, this is what we're going to use your funds for. And even though we're throwing money down into a hole and setting it on fire, we're going to be doing that, and we're going to have a clear conscience because we're legally allowed to do this. When you look at what they're illegally doing through FTX and all that kind of stuff like that, it's insane. And then now we're seeing what they're going to legally do to your money. So folks, you need to be watching what they're doing. You need to be very careful about who is actually managing your money now, because they're now legally allowed to do things that were considered illegal and unethical just 2 days ago. Now they're legal and ethical. So make sure that you have your money being managed by people who have a better understanding of morality and understanding of their obligations to you as the account holder. All right, folks, once again, if you want to talk to Jonathan at Genesis Gold Group, talk about getting out of your IRAs out of these managed funds into something as simple as vaulted gold, vaulted silver, you might want to talk to them down in the description below. If you like this video, you might want to check out this other video right here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you later. Steve Poplar out.